I'm the first to clock in and the last to leave, and I ain't never had a problem rolling up my sleeves. I woke up this morning, tied my boots up, cause I knew it was gonna be a long day. Tied my truck up, grabbed my coffee.
Alright folks, I'm going to do a little video of how to install these Pro Armor seats inside your Rzr. Got a 2017 XP 1000. Just picked up these seats, did some trading and got them. It's brand new. It's a little bit of a learning curve on how to do these. I just had a and I figured, you know what, I'd pass along some information to somebody else. That way maybe they have some, keep them from doing the same mistakes I had. So stay with me here, and I'm going to get these out, and I'm going to show you what I've done to make sure that you get them mounted in right the first time and don't have to worry about doing it 10,000 times and maybe make the mistakes I did. So first off, you want to make sure you get these bases out, take them off your old seats. I think that's pretty straightforward. I'm also putting new harnesses in, but I think that's pretty straightforward as well. But the bases, to get them taken off your old seats and go ahead and get them mounted in your buggy like they're ready to go. I made the mistake of going ahead and putting the driver's side on the bottom of the new seat, and once I put the driver's side on there and put it down in there, I forgot to attach this to the latch on the Rzr bases. So I like to never got the daggone seats loose, or got that seat base loose once I got it up and out. Luckily I didn't have the bolts tight. I was able to scoot the seat forward enough to get my arm back in there, and it was not an easy task. But once you get your bases installed like this, go ahead and set your seat in on top of the bases, and you want to make some mark lines. Put some lines here at the front of your frame on the new seat. Do it on both sides. That way you have some references to when you put the bases on the seat, you'll have some place to go off of and not be having to take it in and out 1,000 times to adjust it a little bit by little bit by little bit, because that could add up really quick and be a pretty big pain in the hind end. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these out, go ahead and get them put on the new seats, hopefully get them tightened down pretty decent, and also get the strap mounted so I can take the bases loose whenever I need to take the seat back out. Again, make sure that you get that set up done. I think we want to have to drill a hole in these tabs right here. That way I can run a zip tie or something through them. That way I don't have to worry about this. So we'll go to that step next. Okay, so I got the first seat base mounted. Went ahead and drilled a hole right there in the back side of this. That way I can attach this strap to this. That way you can pull up on it, let it loose. So what I done was I made some marks here on the side of the actual seat base as well. There's the mark. Here's the line back here. Kind of hard to see them, so I'm going to tap this base forward till I get the lines matched up and kind of go from there. So let's see, still got a little ways to go, it looks like. Might have tightened down the base a little too tight when I put the just trying to. Okay, so there's that, and I went a little too far that time, so that looks pretty close right there. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these bolts down and add my zip ties there, so that way I can loosen the seat whenever I need to take it out. I've done the same thing for the other side. I made some marks. I'm going to put the base on there, try to tighten it down, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've done the same thing on this side. I went and got my zip ties put on there, put the zip tie there, got my marks made, tried to get everything lined up best I could. I'm going to flip this over and double check some lines. Now I'm going to torque these down. Then I'm going to set it inside. One thing I did have to do with this seat is do a little bit of adjusting on this front bar right here. That bar was getting into the shifter. So what I done was I took the seat out. I undid the cover, folded it back, and I took a 2x4 and I basically bent it back some. That way it gives you room for the shifter without having to adjust the shifter linkage. That is an option, I guess, to adjust the shifter linkage, but I figured a little bit of brute strength, just knock that forward a little bit, it should be good. So I do need to tie this back up so it don't come loose. We'll get this done and then I'll put the seat in and we'll test fit it out. Alright, so there it is. Got it mounted in there. One thing I will suggest is pull your straps through while you got it up, because it's almost impossible unless you maybe run a string down in there and tie them off or something first. I took a pair of needle nose, reached through here because it's kind of hard to get your fingers in there to grab a hold of them. But these are mounted, and so far I really like the feel of them. They feel like they actually give me more leg room, being as tall as I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit in it and double check, make sure it goes into high. So there's let's see. You can see it's got a little bit right there. Right there's high. It is up against it a little bit, but I think it'll be all right. If not, I'll take the seat back out and I'll adjust that back a little bit more. But overall, I feel like it raises me up in the buggy a lot more and gives me a lot more leg room up front, because with the factory seats, my knee was actually hitting right in here. Excuse me. But my knee was hitting right in this area, and this feels like it's got me lean farther back in the machine. Yeah, it feels like I'm a lot farther back in the machine, got a lot more leg room overall. So just a quick video, like I said, on how to install this seat. I didn't really see much online on how to do it. Like I said, it's kind of pretty much up front, pretty straightforward, but never hurts to have another set of opinions. Like I said, my biggest thing is make sure you get these tie downs hooked to your seat latch, because if you get this seat in here without the tie downs, it is almost impossible, unless you got really small hands and arms, to get back in there to it. So just make sure you get these put on your latches, that way you can take the seat out if need be. So thanks for tuning in. If I do any more of these little upgrades to the Rzr, I will definitely make some short videos, because I know there's a few videos out there for almost everything on a Rzr. Sometimes it's the simple stuff that throws people off the most. So thanks again, and wait for my next one.